The rogue waltzes into the rather fancy brothel, slams a gold piece on the receptionist's counter, and speaks these fateful words loudly and clearly. Once, please. Hi. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another DnDGreentext video. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Before jumping into the video, I wanna quickly kindly ask you, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. It only takes a moment and I appreciate it so much if you do so. Thanks so much for that. You can undo it later if you want, if you change your mind. And yeah, anyway, thanks so much for that again, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Based wild animal taming sequence. In this thread, making animal friends. Smiley face. Weakest Pterosaurs, by the way? Okay. Be in the jungle. The mighty jungle. Current quest requires flying steeds. Party decides to capture and tame some local wyvern or pterosaurs. It was as much about intrigating ourselves with the lizard men in the area as it was about transportation itself. Rogue goes first, finds the fastest pterosaur, sneaks up on it while it rests, throws a net over it, and tasers it with a magic item. Successfully break the beast's spirit. Wizard goes next. Uses telepathy to find the smartest pterosaur. Wouldn't think that would amount to much, but it works. Finds one that's intrigued by the intellectual engagement. Builds trust with it, and it chooses to cooperate with the wizard. Paladin's turn. Find the f*** biggest pterosaur in the flock. Absolute unit of the pteranodon. Verified chunker of a flappy boy. Do a haka to exert dominance. The beast accepts the species' transcendent challenge. Wrestle the mighty flying reptile into submission. Respects the paladin power and accepts the rule of the new alpha. Lastly, the cleric, oh god. He grabs the first body that he sees and holds on until they're both tuckered out. They are friends now. Names the new friend Pterosaurs. Immediately and without any question, we all love Pterosaurs unconditionally and will die for him. Jesus. I mean, oh my god. That's adorable. And yeah, of course you do. He named him. He named him. He knew what he was doing with that. That's gonna make it so much harder when he inevitably goes to the farm. Yeah, as all animals do, they go to the farm at some point. Anyway, that was unexpectedly wholesome. I was expecting the cleric version to go somewhere different for some reason. I don't know why. I think I was expecting it to go like it would for a bard for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, gamer, join a game. Okay, good start, I guess, man. Roll up a character and told to keep my character sheet hidden so there's more mystery. We start, and the DM describes us traveling along a road leaving Neverwinter. It's Lost Mines. The other characters are clearly and they are cropped and one of the players describes how huge her are. But we go fight some goblins. And then deal with a hobgob ambush. It is actually a fun twist on Lost Mines with more events and depth to the module. But it is not at all outside of the player's characters. We finished the first session without a single raunchy thing happening. I feel robbed. It's actually super funny that the DM just took you through Lost Mines of Phandelver for an ERP campaign. I hope this was a paid game too. Oh god. Chat DM, by the way, yeah. Ominous mariachi music intensifies. Cutting through a desert to save some time. Sandstorm kicks up, searching for shelter. Okay, I got the right idea, but I think I read that wrong because it kind of sounded like the sandstorm was searching for shelter by the way I read it. The sandstorm kicks up and the party is searching for shelter. Takes an hour, but we come across a Mexican-style ranch home. Little girl in a poofy dress crying outside in the storm. Says her parents locked her out. Kick the door down and take shelter inside and bring the little girl. Go to have a chat with the parents. Hacienda is oddly dangerous and full of traps. Realize that we're in a f***ing death house, but it's Mexico now. The cult in the basement is throwing a Death Day party, beating up festively dressed zombies and ghosts. Shambling mound replaced by a giant goat tangled in paper and rope. Sacrifice it on the altar. Candy spills out. The storm dies down and the house returns to f***up status. Walk outside and there's a whole Mexican-style town over outside the ranch. Talk to some townsfolk and try to find the way out. Oh, senor, no one leaves the lands of Sancho de Lazaro. This DM, he just roped us into Mexican Curse of Strahd. My deadly encounter just got 1915'd. Be me, the DM. Be not me, the players. And among them, a cleric. The players are pursuing a group of beings which burned down an orc village. The players track the beings down to a narrow cave where they are prepared for the players. The players see the creatures entrenched behind a barricade. The players don't want to charge a prepared enemy. Cleric gets an idea. He casts Cloud Kill and the entrenched creatures are enveloped in poisonous gas. Then I realize that the cave doesn't have a back exit. The creatures lose half of their health in the gas cloud and leave their position. They are then cut down by the players when they come out of the barricade. What was supposed to be a deadly encounter just got 1915'd. My face when my players just cheesed my encounter with mustard gas and war crimes. Not too mad though. It fills me with pride when my players employ creative solutions to my challenges. I just hope they remember war crimes beget war crimes when they next encounter more beings. Jesus f***ing Christ. I also, the first comment from this post is that 1915 was before any chemical weapons ban, so not illegal. Yeah, I mean, okay, also I don't think illegal is the right word for war crimes, is it? Cause like it's not like a, I don't know. Anyway, maybe it is. One coitus, if you would be so kind. Be me, the DM, be not me. Goblin Inquisitive Rogue and rest of the party, all at level 9. Party is in a town that is generally hostile to goblins. Party needs access to sensitive documents belonging to a trading company. Rogue finds a clerk with access. Goblin mode engaged. Spends the day digging up dirt on the clerk. Roll 20+ on the investigation check as per usual. I silently curse whoever thought expertise was a good idea. Roll up on the blackmail table. It's neither the first nor last time that the rogue resorts to blackmail. Clerk is having an affair with a The rogue waltzes into the rather fancy brothel, slams a gold piece on the receptionist's counter and speaks these fateful words loudly and clearly. Once, please. The table loses their collective shits. DM.X has stopped responding. Took a while for us to collect ourselves. Decided to just give the rogue what she wanted with no fuss after the staggering performance. Receptionist is as stunned as I was and just goes into automatic mode and services this bizarre goblin. Rogue gets a statement from the and her blackmail material, and the party gets the documents. Best fight I've seen in 25 years of gaming, quote unquote. Well, this is already setting up some really high expectations, isn't it? Be me, DM of a Pathfinder 2nd edition group running an adventure path. We're using Foundry for our battle map. Be party, fighter, rogue, sorceress and cleric. Refer to by class for ease of reading. Fighter and cleric are veteran players, but cleric couldn't make it that day and allowed the DM to autopilot for his character. Rogue and Sorceress never played before, but this campaign started at level 1 and they're now level 7. Party was nearing the end of a haunted dungeon crawl and had a minor bit of scouting information from the ghost, who was too grouchy to be considered friendly but was at least cooperative. There's 2 rooms remaining, one of which the rogue managed to scope out. It's basically a boss fight. It has an enemy spellcaster, a demon and a stegosaurus in it. Rough fight but winnable. But this party has always done whatever they could to mitigate risks, and they love to think outside the box, so they leave it be and scout the next room first. The eastern room, last one left, has a clay golem, serenely standing there with a goblet in its open palm. The ghost told them that the guardian was there and had something of interest, but that there's no way to force it to stand down. If they want that cup, they'll have to fight it. Successful knowledge roll emphasizes that the golem is pretty scary and they're not eager for a brawl. The party suddenly realizes that the 2 rooms are not merely adjacent. There's a door. Some intelligent rolls, knowledge rolls and a bit more scouting later, they take up their positions. The boss room is open on the southeast side to a very short hallway with doors to the south and east. The south branch leads to an unimportant room. Most of the party shelters there with that door open and the fighter, who's built for stealth as well as swords, taking cover to avoid being spotted by the boss room. The rogue uses rope lore to lasso the cup, opens the door and throws it to the fighter. Fighter has to roll to catch it and then steps out into the boss room and throws it at the enemy. He crits on the throw and no damage dealt because that wasn't the point. Instead, he snagged the cup in the Stegosaurus's dorsal plates. In the book, the golem's activities are simple. It always seeks to retrieve the cup and defends itself if attacked. It saw where the cup went, but the Rogue One initiative and did a desperate dive into the side room, shutting the door behind her before her golem lumbered down the hallway. The fighter's player is mildly upset by her shutting the door because he really wanted to see this. Once initiative comes around again, they open the door to see the golem fully engaged with the enemy and none of whom were ready for it. The enemy spellcaster channels 2 spiritual weapons at a time but has no other useful spells to sling. The demon strikes repeatedly with a cruel spear, but its abilities are all about sickening its opponents, which are worthless, and inflicting acid damage, which would actually heal the golem. The fiend is shortly splattered against a wall, and the golem, barely scratched, wheels about to the next foe. The Stegosaurus' Stagomizer bites deep. It actually critted twice in one round. But the golem just doesn't really care. It keeps on pummeling the poor dinosaur until the creature panics and uses Trample to try and escape. The spellcaster is blocking his pet's escape. He gets Dino trampled and then finds that he's now facing 2 tons of angry Play-Doh. It didn't take long before he resembled the Jackson Pollock painting on the far wall. The players were all laughing it up, although they did feel sorry for the poor dinosaur. Not sorry enough though to engage a still mostly intact clay golem that pounded the Stegosaurus into paste and then carefully reached out with 2 fingers, lifted the cup out of the mess and walked back to its post, paying them no mind. The fighter's player gave us the quote for the title of this post: "Best fight I've seen in 25 years of gaming." All I really had to do was listen as the players came up with a reasonable plan, translate it loosely into the rules and let them know their chance of failure, but work with them to come up with a good tale. Oh, and put on yakety sax while putting on the fight. Nice, that's the most important detail, yeah, don't forget that. Jesus, that was actually, okay, I'm not sure if it was the most amazing fight that I've, the best fight that I've seen since reading the stories. I really can't remember that well, but really solid. I'll give it a really solid, to be honest. New idea backfired. Context: all multi-class campaign, max level is 25. 4 levels in main class for every level in a side class. Main class first. DM is inexperienced but enthusiastic and experimental. All are level 14. Bimi, Simic hybrid wizard fighter with Manta and Underadapt, Evocation and Eldritch. Binatmi, half-orc monk sorcerer, swift stride shifter paladin warlock and human ranger druid. Be traveling in the Underdark, exploring a newly opened cave. Party is low on health and supplies. See free weights and a wraith. Not so bad, right? See dozens of dead bodies around because of blue light emitting from one of the corpses. Oh shit, that JPEG. My face when the party argues for too long and the DM decides he's going to start a combat earlier. My face when half-orc gets killed by a wave of specter chain life draining him. My face when a white gets the last hit. My face when he's already used relentless endurance. My face when he fails his death saving throws. My face when the DM decides he comes back fully healed under the white's control. Oh no, oh fuck that JPEG. This is really, this was quite a fight to witness or to read or whatever after the previous one. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, I guess. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you did and subscribe for more if you haven't already. I appreciate it so much if you do, so thank you for that. Also a huge thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon as well as on YouTube as channel members. Much appreciated, so thank you so much for that. Links below if you want to check those out, and links to the social media, Discord, and anything else. And yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.